courthouse that left the gunman dead and a deputy wounded. Good afternoon. I'm Stephanie Fisher.
We're glad you're with us. I'm Scott Light. We have learned that that shooter, armed with explosives and also an assault rifle, was at the very same courthouse 2 days earlier, transferring the deed to a home, transferring that to a family member.
Yeah, and we're talking exclusively to the 911 dispatcher who heard the shots through her radio and then within seconds dispatched every officer on the job to that courthouse. CBS 46's Mike Paluska is incoming with that dispatcher. What did they have to say, Mike?
Stephanie, just incredible to hear how the events unfolded that Friday morning. We're here with the dispatcher, Ginger Adams, and basically what she was doing was monitoring the radio traffic that goes directly to the deputies who are at the courthouse. So it's not always interesting, right? But you were monitoring it that morning, correct?
Right. We monitor it every morning.
And what did you hear?
I heard a little bit of a screaming, and then I clicked on the channel so I could hear it better and knew that something had happened and we needed to get help out there right away.
Deputy Rush was already under fire at that point. Describe what he was yelling over the radio.
It was just screams that you wouldn't ever want to hear in this kind of work. You could make out shots fired. And
at this point, you have the ability where there's no 911 call. You're hearing the 911 call come in directly as it's playing out.
Right. Right after I heard that and we started getting help on the way, we had a couple calls, I believe, but that's where the original information came from, is from hearing that over the court channel.
You've been doing this for 9 years. Have you ever been in a situation where you heard that?
Not till Friday.
Walk us through that. You hear shots fired, you hear these screams, and you realize this isn't a training exercise, you realize this is real life. What do you do at that point to get the officers to where they need to go?
And we click on both of our SO channels that we have, and we sound an alert tone, and you just, in a situation like that, you don't really give too much. You just shots fired at the courthouse and everybody pretty much goes.
So you were able to dispatch everybody, the cavalry, in a sense.
Well, I was got the sheriff's office out there. We had another one of our dispatchers that got the fire department and paramedics out there.
After you learned what actually went down and what he had in his car, the 2 handguns, the assault rifle, bombs, gas grenades, tear gas, right outside the courthouse, and you were the person that heard that, and we're the second layer, really, to get people going. What has it been like over the weekend?
It makes you kind of sick to your stomach a little bit. I have heard some of the raw audio that we've had and seen some of the videos that the citizens have taken, and it makes you kind of sick to your stomach.
When you knew the officer had been shot in the leg, your thoughts after that?
Is that the only officer that's been shot that we know of? Is there more that's been shot? Was there anybody else that's still there that's shooting that they don't know about? Is it just one person? There's so many things at one time going through your mind.
As a dispatcher doing this 9 years, and you're a supervisor as well, that this also leads to your training.
Right.
You're going to go into work and you're going to be thinking of this, and so will the other people that are there during these types of emergencies. Does it make you better in the long run when you have to deal with something this tragic?
It does. You hear it about this in all the counties around you, and you're like, and part of you is like, it's not going to happen here, but the other part, it will one day, and it did Friday.
Thank you, Ginger. Appreciate your time. Ginger, the deputy that took the first shots, the other deputies that responded, all heroes. We'll have a lot more coming up at 5 o'clock on the court documents we've dug up, and also an interview with Ginger as well. We are live here and coming in Forsyth County. Mike Paluska, CBS 46 News.
Now to some new developments out of Gwinnett County, where a teenager